Hey crafty people! Welcome back to my channel, and in case you're new here, I'm Sarah, also known as Craft Nerd because I'm a nerd who loves to craft. I do paper crafting, card making, junk journaling, and mixed media art. Let's get crafting! Welcome back! It's time to work on our next set of Christmas cards for our 12 months of Christmas cards. And this one, we're going to be doing cards using the Tim Holtz Sizzix die. It's Vault Seasonal Sketch, and it's 666719. And it's inspired by some cards I saw on Pinterest that I think were made for the release of this die. I'll double check the Tim Holtz video on that and leave a link to the video if so. If not, I'll try and leave a link to the thing I saw on Pinterest, but I have problems trying to do that. So that's what we're going to do, and I wanted to play with my Distress Spritz again, which I love the look on black cardstock. So we're going to go a little non-traditional with these cards in that we're going to do black bases. I plan on doing some stenciling with some texture paste, and then I'm going to use the mica stains to color. This is the base part of the flower and the base part of the leaves, and then I'm going to die cut the top pieces out of metallic cardstock, and that's the plan for these cards. And I don't know that I'm going to do, like, I've got the colors out to do like 9 different cards because I want to do Peacock Feathers, which I have 2 bottles of that out, so my count might have been off. Yep, I counted the Peacock Feathers twice, so I've got more cut out than planned. Peacock Feathers, Uncharted Mariner, Rustic Wilderness, Twisted Citron, Cracked Pistachio, Fired Brick, Wilted Violet, and Picked Raspberry. I may pull out, I've got another red Spritz, so maybe we'll do that or another pink or something, since I've already cut out 9 pieces of cardstock and cut out 9 of the flowers instead of having stuff left over. So let me grab the texture paste I want to use, the stencil I want to use, and we'll start with the stenciling. But like I said, I'm probably not going to do each color on screen. I may do like 1 or 2 just to give you the idea, and do the rest off camera, and then we can do a quick assembly of all of them at the end. So let me go get the rest of the stuff I need, and we will start on this project. Okay, so I thought I had a glossy opaque paste, but I don't, so I just have the distressed texture paste, and I'm trying the rubber band around it to keep the paste fresh. So I've pulled that out. Let me set that aside, set that down on our mat. Actually, let me grab. All right, we're gonna use my waffle flower mat that I pulled out of my Misty, because I seem to have misplaced my Altenew mat. It's somewhere. I just don't know where it went. I'm gonna have to go on a hunt for it. Okay, so I'm gonna put down my stencil, and I'm gonna grab a palette knife, and I'm using opaque because I want the contrast of the white paste against the black cardstock. And I'm gonna add paste somewhat haphazardly. Now, when adding texture paste to a project, keep in mind if you can't see the stencil through the paste you've applied, it's on too thick, you should go back and thin it out a little bit. Okay, so I'm applying it less haphazardly than I thought I was going to. I've kind of just applied it completely across here. I'm just trying to decide what's the best option here. All right, I'm gonna set this one aside and let it dry. I'm gonna let's see something. I have a feeling, got crazy dogs out there, that it might work better if I do it this way. Yeah, I think that's probably the better way to go. Oh, I did that and I forgot there's something else I want to do. First I want to run my fingers along the edges to take off any excess. I've got the Tim Holtz glitter duster by Stampers Anonymous, and I've got rock candy glitter in it. And I'm just gonna do a dusting of glitter on here, and it's gonna stick on the wet paste, but not anywhere else. So we'll just tap it off over the garbage. So it's just going to give a little sparkle to our paste. I don't know how well it's showing up on camera. So let's set that aside. I'll do one more on camera and then I'll go ahead and finish everybody else up with paste and glittering. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and finish pasting all of these, and then once they're dry, we can come back and work on them. Okay, so our pieces are all dry, and I've actually gone ahead and done the next step on most of these, but I wanted to show you a couple on camera so you can see what I did. So let me grab the Spritz. Now, because they have mica in them, the mica will separate out and settle to the bottom, so you need to be sure you shake up your spritzes well. And then I'm just gonna, as the name says, spritz. So we're just gonna do a little bit of light spritzing. Now, it's not gonna show up great just yet. It shows up much better once dry. So I'm gonna set that one aside and let it dry. And that was Distress Spritz in Rustic Wilderness. And then our one more, and I'm gonna do it's Fired Brick. Let's give it a couple spritzes and let that one dry. So here's what some of the ones I've already spritzed look like. Let's see how well they're gonna show up. And it's all about how the light hits it. This one, for some reason, I think I've managed to already clog my Twisted Citron. So instead of spritzing, I had to flick. Like I took the cap off and just kind of flicked. So that's why you see the big spots instead of the, light dusting. And I've die cut the flowers and the leaves, and I've actually already done most of these off camera as well. And what we're gonna do with them is spritz them with the Distress Mica Stain, because that has pigment and mica in it, so it will color the piece better than the spritz. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna spritz just a little bit, or a lot, and then take a paintbrush and make sure I spread it out so that it's fully covered. So just kind of and then set this guy aside to dry. Oh, and that color was Yuletide, and now we are gonna use Tree Lot to do some leaves and the last flower. Now, if you didn't want to spritz, you could also take the top off, like the sprayer part, and dip your brush in and do it that way. Just be careful you don't spill it everywhere. Okay, so while our pieces are drying, we're gonna start our assembly on the other guys. This one was spritzed with cracked pistachio, and I don't remember what colors I used of mica spray stain. I'll try and figure that out and leave them listed down below. But now we're gonna decide where we want to put our flower, and I've also gone ahead and die cut out the top layer of these flowers in silver and gold metallic cardstock, and there are a few that pieces didn't cut out all the way, so we're gonna have to fix those. And you have two options. Let me see, I've got leaves everywhere too. Two options for how you put your top layer on. You can have it line up perfectly over your flower, or you can offset it so that it doesn't line up exactly. And I think I'm going to do a combination of both. And I think I'm probably just going to glue it on in the center of the flower so that there's some movement even if they're overlapped exactly. So like this one will do overlapped exactly. You can see that. And I'm sure there's some glare because I'm using sparkly stuff all over the place today, but it can't be helped. And then let's do just on the base of the leaves. I'm using our glitter glue. You can use glue of your choice, but you're going to want something that's in a fine tip bottle for something like this. All right, so if we want this flower in this corner-ish, we'll go like that. Like that. Let's go ahead and glue down. I think I'm going to glue the whole of the base of the leaves down. But just the center of the flower so that it's got some movement going on. Let's do that. Hold that there for a second. And I'm debating whether I want to put like Merry Christmas or just leave it plain. So I'm going to think about that some more. We're going to set that one aside and pull over our next one. And for this one, we'll do the offset. And so again, put a little glue on there. And instead of lining it up exactly, it will offset how I line up the leaves so that it's more like that. And that's going to go down there. Let's go ahead and just put that on. Might as well. We'll do the same with the flower. We'll glue in the center and we'll just turn it slightly so that they don't line up exactly. And then glue that on. And we're just going to do that with all of them. Let's pull out the rest of the flowers. Let's see, this one is our Twisted Citron, which I did gold for. And you can vary your flower location. Let's see, do we want to do it going this way? I think I like it coming from either bottom corner more than coming down from the top. All right, let's do another one lined up. And ooh, I need to burp my art glitter glue bottle. It is exploding everywhere. Probably because it is warm here again. We are having highs in the 80s, even though it's February. Ugh. And that tends to make my art glitter glue get a little explodey. When we go from having cooler weather to the warm weather, it does not like that warm weather temperature change. I don't blame it. I'm not thrilled with it either. And our pieces we just did are dry. And I think I'm gonna mix things up a little bit on this one. Instead of putting the red down, I'm gonna do the green. Ooh, I thought it was dry, but I'm looking at that spot. That spot looks like it's still wet. I think we're all right. I think we can get away with doing these guys. All right, so we got 2 more. Ooh. This glue is definitely not cooperating. All right, so there we go. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 Christmas cards that are all variations on a theme. So same basic assembly for all of them, but each one's a little bit different because we use different colors, different flower placement. Some are offset and some are lined up perfectly. And again, I could put a sentiment on, but I don't know, I'm just not big on putting on sentiments on my cards. I just don't know why, but I do it occasionally when I feel like the design absolutely needs it kind of thing. But otherwise, I tend not to do it. So yeah, this is one where I could very easily do like a Merry Christmas banner, but because we've got some that are non-traditional colors, this doesn't even have to be a Christmas card. I, in fact, have a few friends who have birthdays in December. I could very easily make this into a birthday card for one of them. So leaving off the sentiment gives me the versatility to decide later that this is not going to actually be a Christmas card. It's going to be a something else card. So that's all for today. If you enjoyed this video, please do all the things that lets YouTube know you enjoyed the video. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, leave me a comment down below. Thanks for joining me, and happy crafting.